HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Prescriptions, copays, lab tests. Even with insurance, healthcare can cost thousands every year. But not for me, because I'm enrolled in VA Healthcare. My service was then. My benefits are now. Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Having It All is sponsored by Health IQ, an insurance company that helps health-conscious people like yoga lovers, runners, and vegetarians get lower rates on their life insurance. Go to healthiq.com/ALL to support the show and see if you qualify. Welcome to the Having It All podcast, the show about what it takes to live an abundant, loving life. My name is Matthew Bivens, and each week I'm helping you get out of your head so that you can truly have it all. Let's do it. What's up? What's up? Matthew Bivens here, and welcome to another episode of the Having It All podcast. I'm super pumped for you to be hanging out with me today, and I hope that you are having an absolutely beautiful day. And by beautiful, I don't necessarily just mean aesthetically, because it's easy to get caught up in our emotions tied to whether or not the sun is shining and the birds are chirping and all of that. But when I say that I hope you're having a beautiful day, I just mean that recognizing that you have an opportunity to create the experience of life that you truly want. You know, you have the opportunity to shift how you view things, shift your perspective so that from your soul, from your spirit, from your heart, you are experiencing peace, love, joy, whatever it is that you want. That's what I mean when I'm wishing you a beautiful day. And I'm excited about today's episode. It was a raw one. And what I mean by that is what you're going to hear in a few minutes is me literally pushing record actually on my phone while I was driving in the car because a message, it was within me and it was just bursting to come out. So you're going to hear something that I don't know if I've done that on the show before, maybe once or twice. But to kick things off, I want to talk about magic. And remember, magic is our ability to influence ourselves, other people, and life in a powerful way. And the more that we recognize and acknowledge magic, the more that we realize we are magic makers. We are magical people, and we're creating these amazing things all the time. And so this past week, really, I have been experiencing so much magic in the form of receiving gifts. And so last week, my wife, daughter, and I were down in Florida visiting my grandmother and visiting family. And while we were there, my aunt and uncle treated us to dinner a couple of times. And that was total magic. Like they came out of their pocket to buy us dinner. And for me, that's a major deposit in my tank when people buy me gifts, especially food. I love food. And so whenever somebody, covers my meal or something, that's huge for me. So it was a huge gift and a really significant piece of magic for my aunt and uncle to do that. And the magic didn't stop there because when I got home, I had a package in the mail and it was from a friend of mine who had gifted me a book. He and I were talking and he mentioned this book and the next day it is there in my mailbox. And the book is called 12 Rules for Life and the author is Jordan B. Peterson. If anybody has read it or is interested, you can check it out as well. And I'm just super grateful to my friend Patrick for that gesture, for sending me that gift. And that was magic. And it doesn't stop there because a couple of days later, a buddy of mine here in Atlanta, he has season tickets to the MLS team, the what do they call it? Atlanta United, and he gifted Sarah and I a pair of tickets. So instead of selling his tickets, he had two, season passes. Instead of putting them up for sale, he took them out of the auction and gave them to us for free. And we were able to go and experience this incredibly fun game, watch this great team. Atlanta United is a very fun, exciting, brand new MLS team. And Sarah and I had a great time. And I'm just super grateful to my buddy Matt for gifting us those tickets. And, the magic just continued from there. And the last gift that I received that I want to acknowledge is I went to Starbucks recently, and I pull up to the window to pay, and the woman at the window lets me know that the car in front of me had already paid for me. I'm like, wow, I'd never had that happen before. It was such a cool feeling. I go hand my money, and she's like, you know what? Actually, the car in front of you just covered you, so you're good. And I was sort of speechless. And then I said, okay, well, let me cover the car behind me. And I paid their bill, which was less than what I would have paid for my two coffees. And, it was just a beautiful thing. So I want to acknowledge that magic that other people had, bestowed on me, that the universe had bestowed on me in the form of gifts, because again, just acknowledging all of the things, acknowledging the abundance. That's really what this is about. And magic is actually a way to quantify, to measure an abundant, loving life. Because I've thought about that, with this show, having it all, abundant, loving life. How do you know whether you have it all? How do you actually know? And one way that you can know is by the magical moments that you create and that you experience. And so by talking about magic in this way, and really by actually posting my magic in the app that I use called the Your Day Balance Game app, that's a way for me to know, boy, I am creating an abundant, loving life because I'm having all of these amazing magical moments show up, and there's just more and more magic coming my way.
HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time, and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Looking for a new career? Welcome to Do HVAC Training Service Center in North Charleston. Enroll today in our comprehensive HVAC training hands-on field experience-based program, covering troubleshooting, maintenance, installation, and more on various HVAC systems and ductwork. We offer EPA and NAEP preparation and testing, along with various certifications. Enjoy payment options. Achieve certification in under 5 months. Enroll now for your new journey of skill development and career advancement. Log on to dewhvactrainingsc.com to inquire.
And so I actually have a goal. My goal is to have the most instances of magic posted in the app. And right now there's a few hundred people who use the app, and everyone's in there posting their habits and magic and things. And so I've got a ways to go to climb those ranks, but that's my goal. And so if you're interested, if you want to come and check out magic, watch magic, post your own, and really just connect with me outside of this podcast, you can do so on the Your Day Balance Game app, and you can go to theydbg.com, and that's where you can download the app and do all that cool stuff. And I'll put a link to that in the show notes for this episode as well. But magic, it's just it's a powerful thing, and you are a magic maker. You are creating magic each and every day in your life, and so just recognizing it is a powerful thing. So I want to give a little bit of love. And actually, this was a gift. This listener, gave me a gift in her email and her outreach. And so today's listener love goes to Ashley. And Ashley did something very cool that I hadn't received before. She sent me a voice note. And it was just a beautiful, honest, just open, and really like I just felt that connection through by listening to her voice. And it's so funny because that's what I do on the podcast, right? You're experiencing a connection with me because you're hearing my voice, and you're connecting to my words and how I say things. And I felt the same way with Ashley. And so Ashley had listened to the episode called "Using Faith, Trust, and Surrender to Expand Your Life." And she was moved by the episode, moved enough at least to reach out and to record something and share it with me. And Ashley, I love what you shared in your note. I love everything you talked about around surrender. It's such a powerful, powerful idea, surrender and what that looks like and what it feels like and what happens in our lives when we surrender, when we fully surrender. And, you are just an example of that, all the things that came your way as a result of your surrendering. And it was beautiful. So, Ashley, thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you for just truly giving me that gift. Your note was a gift for me. It was another example of magic. And I'm very, very grateful to you, Ashley. And if you want to reach out to me, if you have a question, if you have some feedback, if you just want to show appreciation, whatever it is, I would love to connect with you, and you can do so directly in my inbox at mattcbivens@gmail.com. And I don't know how much longer I'll give out my my email address like that, or I'll open myself up like that, because I ultimately want to move communication over to the app that I mentioned before. And so, right now is a great opportunity to connect with me, because I don't know if that channel will always be open in this way. So again, if you want to reach out, if you want to connect, do it right now, mattcbivens@gmail.com. And boy, I am excited for you all to listen to today's episode. But before we do that, I want to give some love to the sponsor that has made today's episode possible. Because to be quite honest, this show is not free to produce. There's costs for podcast hosting, there's costs for equipment, there's cost for editing. I recently have moved the editing over to, and brought on editors, because it's a heavy, heavy load to be producing a show like this. And so, the sponsor, Health IQ, is a huge part of making this show run and move. And I was really inspired by Health IQ when I was first introduced to them a long time ago. I don't even remember when, but what they're doing with their business model and who they're serving and how they're serving their customers is really amazing. And Health IQ serves health conscious people like you and I, and they help them to get discounted rates and really great rates on their life insurance. And so honestly, what they're doing is they're rewarding you for living a healthy lifestyle, because health conscious folks tend to have lower risk of things like heart disease and diabetes and cancer. And so some stats to throw at you, 56% of Health IQ customers are saving anywhere between 4 and 33% on their life insurance. And I don't know about you, I love to save money. I'm always looking for places to save money and to be able to take that money to invest in other things, right? Invest in different areas, invest in my passions, invest in my health. And so a company like Health IQ comes along, and they not only save you money, but they're saving you money by being healthier. It's like a double win. So if you are a yogi, right? If you're a runner, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, or if you love to lift weights, if you're into cross training, any and all of that stuff, bottom line, if you like to lead a well-rounded, healthy lifestyle, then I highly, highly recommend you check out Health IQ and to see whether or not they can save you some money. You can do so over at healthiq.com/all. That's where you can learn more and get a free quote. Again, that is healthiq.com/ALL. All right. I am no longer going to tease today's episode. I will let you know that, again, it was recorded from my car, so the audio quality is a lot different than what you're hearing right now. I was safe You know, sometimes when I'm driving, when I'm out, I get a download, and so I have this little recording app on my phone. And I just turn it on. I just start talking, and so that's what you're going to get. And this was really inspired by I was listening. Actually, you know what? I won't even do that. I set all of that up in the episode, so enjoy. All right, so I'm listening to Esther Hicks talk about how to be beautiful, and she said this awesome line: "You don't need everything to be everything. Just go get whatever it is you need, wherever it is." In this case, she was talking about wanting to have the powerful, energetic, spiritual connection that you get from Source with a person. And Esther Hicks was saying, well, if you get it from Source, why not just go to Source to get it, as opposed to saying, I want to have that Source connection with physical people. And so she says, we don't need everything to be everything. Go get what you need from where it is. I love that, and there's a couple of places that it popped into my mind to apply it. The first was relationships. We have this belief that in a relationship, we want to get everything from that person. We want them to fulfill us in every single way. I want my one partner to fulfill me completely physically and sexually, to fill me completely emotionally and intellectually, to fill me completely mentally, to fill me completely in every way. I want you to provide me with everything. And what that does is it puts absolutely ridiculous expectations and pressure on that other person. And then by you saying that about them, there's a part of you that understands the reverse of that, that you're saying you need to be that for that person. So now you have these expectations and you have this pressure, and you are setting the bar for somebody to be everything, which is not possible. So you're setting yourself and the other person up for disappointment by having this belief that you need to get everything from that one person, as opposed to a more powerful way of looking at it, a more balanced way of looking at it, which is, I will get from you this unique and special things only you can deliver in your own way, and I will get from somebody else the unique and special things that they can deliver me in their own way. And for a lot of people, that sort of concept flies against what they've been taught about relationships. And the fact is, we've been taught, about relationships. Well, anyway. So I had this feeling in the past with girlfriends where I had a girlfriend who, there was a guy that she was friends with since high school. And they used to just like to hang out. They had things in common. They had stories they could relate to one another with. They had inside jokes. They had similar interests, She was Latina. She was Mexican and Dominican. And so he was Latino. And so they could vibe culturally. But their relationship threatened me. I felt so threatened by it. I felt very insecure. I felt very jealous. And I felt, no, don't go over there to get that friendship. Get it from me. Right? That's what I was basically telling her every time that I didn't approve of them hanging out. Every time that my jealousy came out, and I would say things like, well, he just likes you. He's expressed a desire to be with you, so all he's trying to do is undermine our relationship. Every time you go over there to hang out with him, it's almost like cheating. What I was saying in that moment was, I want to be everything because I'm so scared that if you go somewhere else to get something, to get what you need, you will no longer need me. You will no longer love me. You will no longer want to be with me. And my intense desire to be needed and to be loved by other people externally, because in that moment, in that time, I was very much fixated on the external and getting my nourishment, my spiritual nourishment, emotional, social, physical, externally, that this relationship, this potential relationship, the relationship she had with another person was threatening to me.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Now I understand more. I understand from a different place. Now I'm understanding that she was getting what she needed from another person. And you know what? I should thank that man. I should thank that man, because what he's doing is he is filling up her tank in a way that I cannot. And so if I were to go back and change my perception of that relationship and say, wow, I encourage that relationship. I encourage you to get fulfillment from another person. Because when you come back to me and then you come and hang out with me and you spend the night with me, well, now you feel happy. You feel filled up. You feel fulfilled. You feel loved. That's a beautiful thing. Now I get to experience you at your fullness, as opposed to experiencing you through my scarcity. Damn, that shit is awesome. We do not need to get everything from a single person. Go to the source to get what you need. I love it. The next area that pops up for me along these lines is work. Right now, I've been going through the ringer trying to craft the one perfect job for myself. Something that combines my love for health and wellness, personal development. Something that combines my health for my love for play and movement and games. Something that incorporates my love for teaching, my love for podcasting, my love for helping people take their ideas and birth forth their ideas and applying that creative energy. My love for helping people to get their businesses off the ground, especially when it comes to doing things online. I have created this pressure, again, there's that word, this pressure for myself to create or find a job that fulfills all those needs. Why? It's so funny because while I'm doing this to myself, making this challenge for myself, I also know that for me, I always have multiple things going on because I need to be stimulated in multiple different areas. So while I might have my main job, I'm also doing this on the side, I'm doing that on the side, I'm doing this for free, I'm doing that for a little bit of money. And it's because I like to get fulfillment in all these different ways. I don't need to have one job fulfill and check off every single box. And I think the conversation in our culture around find your passion. If you find something you're passionate about, you'll never have to work another day in your life. I think that type of conversation sets people up to experience what I'm experiencing. It sets people up to say, okay, great. I only want to figure out and do the thing that I'm completely passionate about, that makes me millions of dollars, that I wake up in the morning excited to do. And if I ever feel an ounce of not wanting to do it, then it must not be for me. It must not be the right path, and I must try to find something else. That's the story that goes on in my head. So we don't need to put this pressure and this expectation. We don't need to have these unrealistic standards for our jobs, for our relationships, for them to check off every single box that we need to feel fulfilled and to feel happy and to feel complete and to feel at peace. So examine, where are you doing this in your life? Where are you holding this space of perfection? Because that's really what it is. You want to find the perfect partner that does everything. that can talk to you about whatever your interests are, that can match you and challenge you intellectually, that stimulates you and excites you sexually, that takes care of all the household things that you want them to take care of, that takes care of their body and gets tight and right and fit. We want perfection out of our partners. We want perfection out of our businesses. And we feel like that is the one thing to aspire to have, perfection. What if you adopted this mindset of, I don't need to get everything from you. I don't need to get everything from that place. I can go to multiple places to get what I need. What would happen to your relationship if you adopted that attitude? What would happen to how you felt about your work if you adopted that attitude? Things would shift. Things would shift. Things would settle. There would be less anxiety. There would be less stress. There would be less disconnect. Our diets are not one-dimensional. We don't go to one source of food to get all of the nutrients that we need. No such source of food exists. People have tried to manufacture it. It doesn't exist. We need to go to multiple sources to be fed physically. We need to go to multiple sources for our bodies to be properly nourished. Yet we believe that we don't need to go to multiple sources for our spirits to be nourished, for our physical desires to be met, for our mental desires to be met. We believe that there is, manna? Is that the food from the gods, that like the nectar of the gods that is everything, all the nourishment? We believe there is a manna of partners and a manna of a job. I'm here to give you another possibility and another way to look at things. And I'm giving it from a space of experiencing it myself right now. Experiencing it. The biggest place that I experience that is with my relationships. I don't have the expectation that Sarah, my partner, my wife, my primary, my love, has to fulfill all of my needs. And I do not hold that for her either, that I need to fulfill all those needs. So I encourage her to go out and get her needs met by other people. Other people who hold the same sort of space for her. Who come from a place of love and principle and balance and values. Who see the greatness in her and will keep her accountable to living into her greatest self. I am so for her going and connecting with those people in whatever way she needs. Whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, I'm all for that. So I'm sharing these things with you because I know an alternative exists, because I'm experiencing it, I'm living it. It's a beautiful thing. It's freeing. It's truly abundant. It's unconditionally loving. I know you're out to experience an abundant, loving life. So think about in terms of your relationship. Think about in terms of your job. Are you holding the expectation that your relationship and your job need to check off every single one of your needs and desires boxes? Because if you are, what I'm saying is you might be setting yourself up for disappointment. You might be setting the other person up for failure. You might be setting yourself up for failure. Because perfection doesn't exist in that way. Love to hear your thoughts.
Quick note about the Having It All podcast. I am not a doctor nor a licensed therapist. I'm a guy with a story and a passion for conscious conversation. My thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are my own. So please consult with your doctor or healthcare provider regarding any questions or issues you have related to your personal, physical, or mental health.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.